thing. You know, talking about breathing, talking about posture, so that energy can flow and we can breathe better.
I've heard many people who golf say, you know, golf is like 98% mental and percent physical. Would you agree?
No.
No.
My belief about that is that it's only mental when we're not able to stay focused and calm.
Okay.
If you can let go of the shot, once the shot's done, no matter where it goes, it's over. And we have to stay in present time. And that's one of the things that I teach the kids or adults that I work with, is staying right where we are right now, because we can't do anything about what just happened. We can't think about the future either.
Yes.
So if we stay in present time, I'm not thinking about what my grocery list is going to be later or whatever. So that takes the mental part of it out of the game of golf.
And I would think that your golfers, once they get off the course and go on with their lives and graduate high school, that they can take the lesson of living in the present with them.
I'm certainly hoping so.
Now, do you think that we have illnesses and injuries because our body is holding on to the past?
Yeah, I think, well, and also with energy blockages with the injuries. If we've had any injuries as growing up, or things that are going on in our negative thinking, that affects the energy flow, and it can take 30 to 40 years for us to have any disease appear.
So we might first become vulnerable to disease, but it takes 30 or 40 years before the symptoms manifest, where we have to take...
Yes, it can.
So if somebody has a problem at age 50, it might be the result of what happened when they were age 10?
That's what I believe in. That's what I've been reading and what I've been learning with polarity therapy.
Yeah, I would.
It takes a long time.
Yeah.
And if we listen to the signals, there were probably signals 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Or when it first happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. Now, talk a little about the energy of food and how one can enhance the knowledge of the energetics of food and improve their health.
Well, we talk a lot about food being fuel, because we need to be eating food that is living. And we get away from that because of the fast pace of our lives. So if somebody comes into my office and they're really spacey, or they're talking really fast, we discuss eating food that the energy in it is slower, like eating potatoes or something that grows in the ground. Or vice versa, if somebody comes in and they're sluggish.
Or that's earth instead of the air,
exactly.
Upward energy,
air,
or downward energy.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So we use food, we use exercise, we use whatever we feel like you need to have.
So what would you consider, say, for a balanced breakfast? I know it would differ from person to person and day to day, but can you give an idea of like a balanced breakfast or lunch or dinner?
Well, one of the things with Dr. Stone was big on vegetarianism. If you were eating a lot of red meat, he wouldn't even treat you. I'm not going to say that you have to be vegetarian. But if we can lean toward eating something like oatmeal in the morning, or if you like to have a couple eggs, because it's protein, the body processes it differently.
Yeah. So
you want to think about what you're eating. Fruit. I eat a lot of vegetables usually later in the day. So you want to, I think about it more as far as that is concerned, instead of eating like a steak at the end of the day. That's much harder to digest.
And so once people start following your dietary energetic recommendations, what do they usually experience?
They usually feel lighter. They feel like they have more energy.
Do they sleep better?
Yes, they do. That was the next thing I was going to say. Yes, they do. They usually feel like they unwind quicker and easier at night, and they do sleep better.
Now, what's your position, say, on caffeine or alcohol? Is that totally taboo, or is it okay if your body needs that type of energy?
I wouldn't say it's totally taboo. I think that, you know, right now with the culture the way we are, a lot of people do take caffeine. I do myself. But we also drink a lot of water. And that was another thing with my golf teams. I talk about that, staying hydrated, and that that dehydrates you. So we just discuss it. I don't make any suggestions for anybody only, maybe drink a little bit more water, drink some juice, something healthier for you.
Okay. And so why is it so important to balance the body's electromagnetic field?
Because the body has its own innate ability to heal itself. And if it's not balanced, it has a really hard time doing that.
And so what are some of the symptoms of an imbalanced electric field?
Fatigue, aching.
Is fatigue the number one complaint?
I would say that's probably the first symptom that we miss. Is that because if our body's in balance, when we get up in the morning, we should feel happy and rested. And I don't know how many people can actually say that they feel that way in the morning. First thing in the morning, they wake up ready to go. Then they may do caffeine, or they might do something to get themselves going. If your body's balanced, you will feel that way.
Yeah, I would say a good night's sleep also depends upon what people did, what time people went to bed the night before. Yeah.
But I found myself, if I'm balanced, I can go to bed later, I can still get up refreshed in the morning. And obviously, if I do that for, days at a time, it might change that. But
And how many hours of sleep do you recommend for yourself and for others?
I usually only get about 6 or 7. I would say at least 8. But again, if a person pays more attention to what they're eating, doing exercise, getting some quiet time, and slowing down, you don't necessarily need as much, and you're still going to feel refreshed.
Okay. All right. And so what happens to the body when there's an energy blockage?
Well, you would get the pain.
Yeah.
Some people get fluid retention.
Well, do you ever pick up on your client's energy blockage in which they were unaware of it, and they go, oh, you're so right. Does that ever happen to you? Yeah,
if I'm working with somebody and I might go, they might come in and say, my back hurts, and I might start at their neck.
Yeah.
And they go, why did you do that? And my back pain goes away. Or whatever it is. Yes, you can sense it as a polarity practitioner or anybody that works in the energy field. You can sense when there's blockages with somebody.
And are you sensing with your eyes, with your hands, a combination?
A combination. I personally, my background is such that I do a lot with posture.
Well, as a golf instructor, you're probably very aware of the micro movements of the body.
Yeah, that's where I do a lot of postural analysis, range of motion, and looking at if somebody comes in with a postural issue, what's going on, because normally it's not just that. I might check the chakra, I'll check the energy flow, so yeah.
Well, we've got about 30 seconds. Use that time any way you want.
Well, I do polarity therapy, and the Wisconsin Polarity is a school that I have in Racine, Wisconsin. It's located at the DeKoven Center.
So if somebody wanted to become like a registered polarity therapist, they can come to your school?
They come to my school. I'm going to be teaching at Infinity at the end of January.
All right. Thank you so much. For more information about Carrie Massey, the Infinity Foundation, or their Inner Quest talk show, stay tuned to the credits at the end. Until next time, wish you good health, good fortune, and good spirits. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you, Jay.
For more information about this show, our guests, Infinity Foundation, or any of our other programs, please visit our website, infinityfoundation.org, or call us at 847-831-8828.